Hello, everyone. If you do have a set of yoga blocks, keep them beside you on the mat and towards our Shavasana, that final resting pose. I'll give you a variation that you can do with the blocks to really help that chest open up, a nice light back bend between that mid to upper back in case you'd like to take that. For now, just put them aside. We'll sit nice and tall in that comfortable cross-legged seated position. Palms up over the knees, let those shoulders drop down your back. And close the eyes. Just following your natural breath. Always taking that time just to arrive, to settle in. Feeling your tailbone just tucked slightly. Chest a little puffed and crown reaching tall. Just feeling the strength that such a simple pose can offer us. Begin to lengthen the breath. Take those nice long inhales, long exhales. Using that nice deep breath in to really expand every inch, every corner of the body. Feel things lifting, opening, and awakening. Always using the exhales just to release what no longer serves you. Breathe out any of the tension, maybe a bad night's sleep or any pressure within. Just breathe it out. With those next few breaths, just start to roll those shoulders forwards a few times. Nice big but slow movements. And rolling the shoulders backwards a few. Letting those shoulders rest, a few soft blinks, let the eyes begin to open. We'll bring that right ear to the right shoulder, right hand over to that left ear, tug down gently. We're going to bring that left arm out to the side, up at shoulder height, palm facing forwards. As you gently tug that head down, you're going to start to draw little circles with that left arm. Nice smooth movements, not too fast. And make sure to go in both directions, always feeling that left shoulder actively sinking down as you go. So it will really start to loosen up a lot of the muscles there. And lightly release. We'll bring that left ear to the left shoulder, left hand over to the right ear, tug down gently. Same thing on this side, right arm up at shoulder height. Draw those little circles, going in both directions. Keeping that right shoulder feeling like it's dropping, like it's pulling away from the ear. Nice deep breath. And gently release. We'll bring that right hand to the mat beside us. Reach that left arm up and really reach it to the ceiling. Feel that expansion in the side body. And then side bend over to the right. Feeling that left hip, even that left knee, pressing down towards the mat as you reach to that right side. Nice deep breaths, even taking that gaze up to the ceiling. And lifting your way back up, left hand to the mat. Reach that right arm up. Remember, really expand to the ceiling and then side bend to the left. Right hip, right knee this time feels like it's gently pressing down as you're reaching to that left side. And lifting your way back up. Just let those hands rest over the knees. You're going to inhale, puff that chest, and start to draw circles with your chest, rounding it at the back. As big or as small movements as you need. Just feeling things loosening up. Because the more in our back and our body, that torso that we loosen up, the more we'll be able to start opening the chest and those shoulders. Feel everything moving with you. Even pay attention if there's any creaks or cracks. And roll in the opposite direction. And rolling our way back to the center. You're going to bring your hands behind you on the mat with those fingertips pointing forwards. You will be leaning back slightly. Start to squeeze those shoulder blades together and then lift that heart, that chest up towards the ceiling. So again, you're squeezing those shoulder blades together, rolling those shoulders back and lifting with the heart. You can always drop that head behind you or keep it tucked to the chest. Even if you don't see much happening, you'll feel it within if you're really reaching upwards with the heart. Nice deep breaths. Let it all be in the chest at this moment. Just open things up and expand. And lightly release. We're going to swing those knees to one side. Come up to your neutral tabletop. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. On that next inhale, sink that stomach down, tilt the head and pelvis up. Exhale, reach high with that mid-back, tuck the head and pelvis under. Inhale, sink, really squeeze those shoulder blades together. And exhale, rise, press those shoulder blades apart. And just continue following your breath. Just really connect that breath with movement as well. Your stomach sinking to that lowest point on the top of the inhale. Mid-back reaching that highest point at the end of every exhale. Just getting more of that movement in, warming things up. And after that next natural exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. We're going to open up those knees, sit back onto the heels, and walk those arms all the way out in front for a nice child's pose. Let that forehead come to the mat. Now, while holding child's pose, we're going to walk those arms over to the left side. Almost feel that right arm, that right hand, trying to reach that little bit further, letting it open up even more. Forehead still stays to the mat. Feeling that right hip almost pressing away from the body as you reach to that left side, similar to what we did when we were seated. Letting it really open up. And walking those hands back to the center, over to the right. This time that left arm tries to reach that little bit further. Left hip feels like it's pressing away from the body as we reach to that right side. Nice deep breaths. And walking those hands back to the center. We're going to start to lift our way back to that tabletop. Here, we're going to lift up on those knees. Bring your hands, those palms, right to that low back, around that sacrum area. You're going to squeeze those shoulder blades, squeeze those elbows together, and even squeeze the glutes. That'll help you not compress into that low back. When you're ready, start to lean yourself back, always lifting with that heart, lifting with the chest. If you're quite used to back bending, you can always let those hands come down onto the heels or onto the mat. But again, lift with that chest, squeezing those glutes lightly. Nice and gently lifting your way back up. Now we're going to take a nice child's pose again, just to help neutralize that spine after a deep back bend. Make sure you feel those shoulder blades sinking down the back, Crown of that head lightly pulling forwards. Give length to that spine. And begin to lift yourself back up. We're going to quickly lay down onto our stomachs, nice and flat, just to get the shoulders open a bit. You're going to reach that right arm out to the side, nice and straight. Start to roll your chest open to the left, the opposite direction that that arm is reaching in. Let the neck relax. You can use that top leg, that left leg, maybe just letting it hang behind you, or place the sole of the foot to the mat to help open yourself up even further. Remember to really relax that right arm. Don't press the hand into the mat. The more relaxed you are, the better the stretch you'll get. Just 2 nice deep breaths. And lightly rolling your chest back to the mat. Bring that right arm in. Left arm out to the side. Roll your chest open to the right. Same thing on this side. Let that neck relax against the mat. Maybe use that left leg to hang behind you or sole the foot to the mat and open yourself up even further. Don't press that left arm or hand into the mat. Let it be at ease. And rolling your chest back to the mat, bring that left arm back in. Now simply roll to your back. Allow yourself to be nice and comfortable now. We're going to bring those knees to the chest, hug them tight, rock a little side to side, massage that low back. Stopping in the center, scoot your butt a little bit over to the right. Let the knees drop to the left. Open those arms up, a nice twist. Doing your best to keep those shoulder blades flat to the mat and let gravity take those knees. If it's too much, just press the knees away from the chest, or to deepen it, left hand on the knees, pull them down gently. Nice few breaths. Just letting your body wring out all those toxins, all that tension within. If you find that you relax better here, you can always close the eyes just to gain some focus. Just to keep watching that breath, no matter how short it might be here. Keep it smooth. Lightly lifting those knees back up. We'll scoot our butts a little bit over to the left. Let those knees drop to the right. Same thing, open those arms up. Modify if you need, maybe pushing the knees away from the chest. Maybe using that right hand on the knees to help pull them down. Shoulder blades as flat to the mat as you can get. Just let the body relax a little bit here. That twist will always feel a lot nicer the more ease we can bring to our backs. Nice and softly lifting those knees back up. Scoot yourself centered. Hug the knees to the chest and bring the forehead to the knees. Neutralize that spine. And relax the neck. Now for that regular Shavasana, you can just straighten those arms and legs down the mat, letting everything open up. Of course, palms face the ceiling. Let the ankles hang. If you do want to take that block back bend, gently lift your way up. And how we take that is those blocks will be on our lowest setting with a little space in between for our spine to rest. You'll place those blocks behind you on the mat. And as you lay down over top, anywhere between that mid to upper back, just don't let them pass your shoulders. Leaning down right over top of those blocks if you have them. Let that head rest against the mat. Again, arms still open up, exact same as the regular Shavasana, palms to the ceiling, ankles hang open, and close those eyes. Just allowing for that nice natural breath here. Taking the time to just be. Every inhale, even though it's natural, you'll still feel things lifting, expanding, opening, and refreshing. Every exhale, just ground yourself further, feeling yourself heavy to the mat underneath. A few moments to just be. Softly wiggling the fingers and the toes. See if you can reach those arms up above the head. Take that nice long body stretch. Leave that right arm where it is, left hand to the stomach. Bend at those knees and gently roll to that right side. If you're on the blocks, be nice and careful as you roll off of them. Still keeping eyes closed, use those hands to help lift your way up to that comfortable cross-legged seated position. Just to sit nice and tall, palms up over the knees, shoulders dropped, and just feel your body, feel your posture, your chest a bit more open, those shoulders rolled back. Begin to exhale all remaining air, taking that one nice deep inhale through the nose and sigh through the mouth. Bring those hands together at heart center, rub those palms together, nice heat and energy, and place the hands over the stomach. Feel that heat just flowing back in, just helping to refuel that fire, that passion within us. Bringing those hands back to heart center, a few gentle blinks, let those eyes begin to open. Namaste.